Hey Rashid, I know. From you being in the gym so long, training all these years, you've been around some great fighters. There's two I wanted to ask you about in particular. I wanted to start with the guy that a lot of people rate very highly in Canelo Alvarez. I know you've been sparring him as early as like 2015, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. It's been
we
a
sparred for a while. I worked with Boo Boo. I mean, what's his name? Canelo for a while.
yeah. So like,
Yeah,
what I
Boo
wanted to
Boo.
ask, I know that's what I was going to ask you about as well, but I wanted
Mhm.
to ask about Canelo first. Well, what was it like being around Canelo? Like, is there anything you've learned from him over the years? And if so, like, what have you learned from him?
Oh, I learned a lot, especially being in the ring with him. I learned like the other tricks he does. Especially being in there is different than just looking on the outside. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that myself, and just from like I never competed, but I mean I spot a lot of rounds in the gym, so I on a
Yeah,
small level I
you
understand.
got a little taste of it.
Yeah, a little taste. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't fight on TV in front of no thousands of people, but on a small level,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you mentioned Boo Boo, who I'm a huge fan of. It seems like he's kind of like the bigger version of you. Nobody wants to fight him either, man. Like,
Oh, blame him, man. Boo Boo can fight.
yeah, he's really good. You know what's crazy about Boo Boo is he never. If you, I always tell people when they watch his fights, he never fights the same way twice. He always fights differently
True.
every
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. He comes different. You don't know what he's doing, but I just think he's a good adapter. He adapts to the person's style.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, you guys grew up together, right, in the New England area?
Yeah, I've been sure. I was sparring. I'm messing with Boo for years since I was like 16, I believe, 17.
Yeah,
Yeah, he taught me a lot too.
yeah. What did you learn from him over the years?
It's everything. Just there's little tasks, little things in the ring. Just I can't even think about it, but a lot. He taught me a lot. He just did.
Yeah, because I know he's got the crazy like overhand lefts, and
Yeah,
then sometimes he can be a
he's
puncher.
kind of awkward and shit, but it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You ever spot him and been in there like where like you feel like you're kind of like at distance from him, and then he still finds a way to land something crazy on you?
yeah. That's what makes him special.
Yeah, because you just don't really know what the hell is gonna happen,
Hmm.
and people say like, oh, he's like people who don't know anything about boxing, they say like, oh, well, he's horrible, he hasn't fought nobody, and these kind of things. For someone who's actually been in the ring with Boo Boo, what would you say is like the most special quality about Boo Boo?
It's a lot. I can't. Let me see.
What's one thing that jumps out when you spar him?
His uppercuts is weird as hell.
Yeah,
He be like halfway around the ring and hitting you with the uppercut.
and
But
just
that's a
yum.
good thing. He's a great overall fighter.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, man. It's a shame we never got the Canelo Boo Boo fight. That's a fight I always wanted to
I don't know
see.
why that didn't happen. That should have been happening, honestly.
Yeah,
I wanted to
I
see
don't
that too.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I actually saw Canelo on New Year's Day. I asked him, and he said he's a horrible fighter. He said he's fucking horrible.
Oh man,
And then I had to yell at him. I'm like, he's not horrible, man. He's a two-division champion. He's undefeated, man. Like, give him a
Olympian too. Yeah, man.
Olympian. I'm like, come on, man. You can't be putting down fighters because by putting him down, you're kind of putting yourself down because he fought a lot of guys that his opponents that he's beaten has fought a lot of the opponents that you fought, and they given him
True.
tough fights or beat them in some cases. So you're actually discrediting yourself, even though you don't realize it. You can't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But what you call it? I wanted to ask, like you come from like New England. I know you're from Lynn, Massachusetts, and I've lived in Massachusetts for pockets of my life. Like I
Oh
lived in
yeah.
New Hampshire. Yeah, I lived in
New
New Hampshire
Hampshire.
for New Hampshire. Yeah, Nashua.
Okay. Okay.
I was there for like a year, and then I got family in Lawrence, Lowell, Chelmsford. But like I know a couple people from Lynn, like people I knew like going to schools and stuff, and they could all fight. So
Yeah. If you're in Lynn, you gotta learn how to fight.
yeah,
City of Sin, you gotta learn how to fight.
that's it. If you don't know how to fight, you're not going to survive living in Lynn.
Definitely.
I wanted to ask you, Rashidi, what do you think about like you and Boo Boo are part of like a great lineage of like the New England fighters, and you got guys like Marlon Starlin, Marvin Hagler, Rocky Marciano. How do you feel like? Do you feel like you and Boo Boo, even though like you guys have kind of like not been given the opportunities to shine at the highest level yet? Yeah, because it's not over yet.
Yeah.
Do
It's
you,
over.
do,
Yeah.
you, do you guys feel like before your careers are over, like you're gonna put your name in with those guys, the top guys come out of New England?
Of course, because we're definitely gonna get a chance to prove ourselves. Everybody can't run forever, so it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, you can only run but for so long before the walls start caving in.
True, for real.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was reading you sparred. Do you spar Manny Pacquiao?
Now I'm supposed to spar him, then something happened. I don't know what happened, and
Oh,
I don't know what happened to the connection. I don't know. But I was supposed
also,
to spar him for the what fight was it? Was it the Mayweather fight? Nah, was it the Mayweather fight?
it was.
I think it was.
I was reading. I think it was Mayweather fight. Yeah,
Yeah, it was the Mayweather fight. Yeah, it was for the Mayweather fight. I was supposed to spar him.
and then it just fell through.
Yeah, he probably did a lot better, man.
Yeah, yeah. He could have used you, man. Because Manny, you know, that Mayweather fight was kind of like this Haney Kambosos fight. You know, we had high expectations coming in, and you know when it happened. You know, I was disappointed. I always call that fight a 36-minute tap dancing session. It was pretty uneventful.
Haney did what he had to do though, so I wasn't mad at him.
Yeah. No, listen, I'm not one to like criticize fighters for how they want to fight. You know, at the end of the day, it's your guys' lives, and the name of the game is to win. If the opponent can't adapt and make you bring out the other qualities, then it's on them, not you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. We got a couple questions from people. My man Fresh BX says Sean Zattel asked him who will win between Canelo and Andre. He didn't answer that. I need him not to duck the question now. Who wins, Rashidi?
No, I give it a draw, man.
He gives it a draw. Hey,
Play it
he needs
safe.
these guys to play it safe.